Hello, everyone. It's Wes here with Wes Berg Tarot, unpacking another card in the tarot deck here. I'm going to be talking about the Ten of Swords. So, like a lot of swords, it concerns itself with communication and a lot of times the conflict that kind of comes with unsuccessful communication. And as far as like extreme kind of cards within the deck, this is one of the bigger ones, at least for this particular deck, the Rider Smith Waite deck here. Um, we have a person here, as we look at this image, 10 swords stuck in them as they lay face down on the ground. So whether they're dead or not, this person is overwhelmingly kind of peppered with these issues. If we think of the swords as actual conflict or, issues with with communication, then this is so many exclamation points, so many just over the top, extreme, excessive. It's done. And there is some real important significance sometimes in being able to kind of have this show up in a reading and say, look, this is it. That was, if this is referencing some kind of big conflict you had, or perhaps one you're in the middle of, it's a big one, and it needs to be recognized as something that is really meaningful, and that something's over. It kind of signifies in a lot of ways with the excessiveness of what this thing suggests, that something has ended. And adding to that sense that there is something else coming, that something is now going to begin, we got to point out, once we kind of acknowledge this kind of significant over the top ending of things, that with the clouds breaking in the distance, with the calm waters in the distance, that there is something new coming, something that is much more calm, and kind of that calm after sometimes that real excessive kind of combative storm. And I guess that's one of the things I always like to focus on. I don't know if that makes me overly sentimental or, more hopeful. But, if anything, I think it's just a way to kind of balance what this card could potentially suggest, rather than just being this something that just, when you flip this card up for a reading, for either for yourself or for someone, you just have that reaction of like, oh boy, this is ugly. Because it's ugly. It is. But to get beyond that, to get past the initial reaction, and to understand some of the significance that surrounds all of this kind of excessive, extreme, kind of over the top thing, like this card can suggest for sure. So, that's something I always keep in mind. And, context, of course, being everything when you're doing a reading. Is this in reference to something specific? Is it, someone with themselves? Are they this hard on themselves? Is there something that is a chapter that is ending that required something this dramatic to happen before the new thing could break, And so, again, I talk about this in terms of like offering alternative ideas other than just doom and gloom, just for a sense of perspective. I think it's important. And so, if anything, if you see this card show up in a reading, yes, acknowledge, oof, lots of exclamation points about whatever's been going on, but that this signifies a lot of times a new approach, a new dawn, a new something that is going to come from all this tumultuousness that is significant and important. So that's all I wanted to say about this card right now. If you had questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment here on the post, or you can email me with anything you'd like to say at wesbergtarot.gmail.com. Okay, anyway, you know what I mean. All right, y'all, take care.